Hi, I'm Dr. Tara Foster, acupuncturist and herbalist, and I'm here to show you my take on Padcicles. Padcicles are great postpartum care, especially if you've had a vaginal birth and you've had any tearing. So here is a video showing you how to make them at home for you or for your friends. The first thing that we're going to do is make tea for the Padcicles. Here I have Yarrow and Lavender. They're both homegrown and organic. I think that homegrown herbs are the highest quality. I dried them myself. And I know where they came from. You can use store-bought herbs. This is a half-gallon jar. So we're making, the bottom part of it of herbs, and you can see it's light in color. Right now, we're going to just give this a little shake and let it steep for about an hour or two. After that, you just want to make sure that you have a sanitized space. I make my own cleaner for my counters. It's vinegar, 1/4 vinegar, and then the rest is water, and then I do about 60 drops of essential oils. Right now I'm using rosemary and tea tree essential oil. So you just want to make sure that you have a really sanitized surface. These are the ingredients we're going to use. I love this brand. It's the best. They're organic hemp. And then this is a face toner, but it's witch hazel with aloe vera, and that's what you're looking for. You want something that's witch hazel and aloe vera, and you want it to be alcohol free. And then we have our tea. So we're going to get our straining set up here. I have a coffee filter because you want to make sure that you don't have any sediment in your tea. This is going in a very sensitive part of the body. And so it's just really important to use a fine strainer. You can use cheesecloth or muslin cloth. I just find when you really don't want any sediment, a coffee filter is a really great option. So here we are. As you can see, this tea steeped for about 2 hours, and you can see how dark it is. It also smells really strongly of yarrow and lavender. It's very delicious smelling. Lavender and yarrow are both antiseptic herbs, and yarrow is like the number one herb for healing wounds. It's Achillea millefolium, named after being used to heal Achilles tendon. And it's just such a great herbal ally. So that's why we're going to use it in this solution that we're going to put inside the pads. As you can see, we're just waiting for it to strain. I just wanted to show you about how long it's going to take. Then we have our discarded herbs here, and it looks like we have a little over a cup of liquid. We're just going to let that strain out and wait for the next step. I also really love lavender for wound healing. It's really great for healing burns, and when you have tears postpartum, this combo is really, really great and will help heal fast. So here we are. We have our liquid. We're just going to set it aside and pour it into this cup because I want to have an exact ratio here. We're going to end up using 4 ounces of this tea blend. So as you can see, I'm just pouring off the extra so that I can make sure we have an exact 1-to-1 ratio. We're using half of the yarrow lavender tea, and we're going to use half of the Thayer's witch hazel aloe vera combination. So here we are with our 4 ounces of tea, and then we're going to add in our 4 ounces of witch hazel and aloe vera extract. Just set everything to the side, and we're going to get out our pads. Again, I love this brand so much. They also put these cute little things inside that you can scan the QR code, and if you collect them, you end up getting discounts and stuff on your pads. Such a great brand. So I chose to get overnight pads because with postpartum care, you have, really sensitive area. There can be some bleeding. There can be a lot of stuff going on. So it's better to just get the biggest ones that you can find. So we're just going to go ahead and really gently open them up and lay them out, and make sure that you have clean hands. You have to remember that it's important that everything's really clean because this is going to go on an open wound. And so we're just going to open everything up really carefully. We're going to end up reclosing these and resealing them to be frozen. So just be really careful and don't try not to disturb the situation too much here. Again, I love that we can make these at home. You can buy them. I saw that they sell them at CVS, but who knows what's in those. A lot of times they add in fake fragrances and like weird ingredients. And of course, if that's your only option, I think that could be really helpful. But I just think it's so important to know that we can make these things at home, and it's really cool that we can use disposable pads. If you wanted to use cloth pads, you could. So here we go. I ended up using about 2 tablespoons of liquid per pad. You're just going to, try to evenly disperse the liquid. If you have a spray bottle, you can use that as well to get a more evenly dispersed spread of the liquid. But as you can see here, we're just gonna cover the pads with the tea and witch hazel blend. Just try to get as much of the surface area covered as you can, just to get the medicine in there for healing. I want to just give another shout out to Yarrow. It's just such a great aid in healing. It's antiseptic and helps stop bleeding, and it really helps to heal wounds and to have no scar tissue. One time I cut the tip of my thumb off, and I just made a poultice on a mandolin, and I just made a poultice of yarrow and coconut oil and put that on there. And I don't even know what finger it was because I can't tell anymore, because there was absolutely no scar tissue, which is another reason why I love Yarrow so much. So this is about what you want it to look like. And then we're going to go ahead and close these back up really gently so that you or whoever you're making these for has a nice little packet that they can open up to. Our postpartum mamas are always very depleted, and as much as you can help them, I'm sure that they'll be so grateful. So we'll just get these packed right up and stacked. I'm going to grab a Ziploc bag. Make sure you have a freezer-proof bag because you're going to end up putting these in the freezer. The idea here is that they freeze, and so you have a nice icy cool herbal compress. I ended up making about 20 of them, and I have this much left over, so I put it in this little container for my mom friend.